my life, I have sought to understand the universe and find answers to these questions. I have been very lucky that my disability has not been a serious handicap. Indeed, it has probably given me more time than most people to pursue the quest for knowledge. The ultimate goal is a complete theory of the universe, and we are making good progress. In 2007, I was lucky enough to experience microgravity on a zero-G flight. For me, this was true freedom. People who know me well say that my smile was the biggest they'd ever seen. I was Superman for those few minutes. I could have gone on and on. Space, here I come. So remember to look up at the stars and not down at your feet. Try to make sense of what you see, and wonder about what makes the universe exist. Be curious. And however difficult life may seem, there is always something you can do and succeed at. It matters that you don't just give up.
Black holes have gripped the imagination of a young generation of theorists like these at Cambridge University.
Experience with equations in that form. So.
As ideas are stretched to the limit, the acknowledged leader in black hole theory is Stephen Hawking. He and another British theorist, Roger Penrose, laid down the basic principles 10 years ago. They said the black hole would possess at its center an even stranger object. All the matter of a star collapsed to a geometric point, a singularity where gravity crushes particles out of existence.
Oh, you would like me to draw a cylinder on the board, fine.
A grave physical handicap makes Stephen Hawking's work all the more remarkable. For 13 years since his student days, he's fought a wasting disease of nerve and muscle. When his wife Jane married him, he wasn't expected to live very long. Now they've 2 children, Lucy and Robert. No self-pity for Hawking. With a physical handicap, he says, you can't afford any psychological ones. And although the gentle gravity of the planet Earth confines him to a wheelchair, in his mind, he masters the overwhelming gravity of a black hole.
The Big Bang is like a black hole explosion, but on a much larger scale. By finding out how a black hole creates matter, we may discover how the Big Bang created all the matter in the universe. The singularity of the Big Bang seems to be a frontier beyond which we cannot go. Yet we can't help asking what lies beyond the Big Bang. Why does the universe exist at all? My son Robert is always asking questions. Why this? Why that? Every child does. It's what raises us from being cavemen. On one view, we're just weak, feeble creatures at the mercy of the forces of nature. When we discover the laws which govern these forces, we rise above them and become masters of the universe.
In 2007, I was lucky enough to experience microgravity on a zero-G flight. For me, this was true freedom. People who know me well say that my smile was the biggest they'd ever seen. I was Superman for those few minutes. I can only imagine what it's like for you, Rick and Koichi, to fly like Superman for 6 months.